Good afternoon, Ranger families. It's me, Mr. Ramirez, principal here at Rudder. I'm joined today by Miss Navarro, our ELA coach. It is the last week before the last week of school. This is our last full week, so a lot has been going on, trying to get things done, closing out the year. Definitely wanted to get out a message to you for information that might be coming up or that might affect you next week. Number one, our 8th grade ceremony is going to be taking place on Tuesday. If your child is participating, you will get an email by Friday so that you can join us on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. All 8th graders have an 8th grade dance that is happening on Friday. It's a formal dance. There were some, behavior stipulations. They couldn't have been written up or tardy and things like that to attend the dance. I think most of our 8th graders definitely accounted for that. So we'd love to see them out there, celebrate this last year in middle school, get all dressed up. It's always funny to see our kids dressed up because they look so different from when they were just walking the halls with us. So hopefully you can join us for that. It's going to be a great event on Friday. Also, we're closing out the year, so all devices, all Chromebooks should be returned. We did them this week in the library. Ms. Levakowitz is the one who's collecting those devices. If you still have devices at home and they need to be turned in, please contact the school. Just bring them up here and we will get them turned in. Don't forget the chargers for those devices. That's the big key because we always get the device, people forget the chargers, and then we have a device that can't get charged. So make sure you bring the device and the charger as well. In relationship to that, anything that the school, that you may have that belongs to the school, such as library books, or if there's a band instrument or something that you may have borrowed or checked out, make sure that is returned by this Friday. We're trying to close out the year. We don't want any of the things that are out there held up or holding up any of your records, whether you're going to high school or maybe you're coming back next year or you're going to another campus. We don't want those records to be held because you have items still out there and pending. So make sure we get those in. That being said, with all devices in, we've asked that all teachers do daily assignments next week. So the only assignments they're going to have are daily. So we're asking you to keep your backpacks at home. We should not have any backpacks on campus next week at all. So starting Friday is going to be the last day that we have backpacks on campus. So anything that students may have, I know some of our athletes have things in their lockers, some of our band and choir and orchestra students have things on the locker side over here. Let's go ahead and take all of those items home because next week we are not going to allow backpacks on campus. Let's see. Good news this week. We got our STAR results. High five. Yay. Yes. We did really good this year on our STAR results. Not that STAR is the only measure of a school, and we know that, but it is a good indicator for us to look at to measure some of the items that we had on our plate this year, and we did really well. Parents, you will be able to access those STAR results through HACK in late June, the last week of June. You'll be able to access all of those results. This week, our ELA and math teachers, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and our 8th grade ELA math, science, and social studies are all meeting with students, and a letter will go home for each of those subject areas if your student passed or failed the STAR. There are some requirements that come along with that. If they did not pass, especially in 6th and 7th grade, you're going to get that note, that letter, and then we are also going to have a Zoom meeting for parents to join us because they may be invited to summer school to take care of some of those gaps that need to be filled. So that will go out on Friday. The Zoom meeting is going to be on May 31st, which is Tuesday, and that will be at 6:30. Is that Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Wednesday at 6:30 for our 6th and 7th grade parents. So please be on the lookout. You will get a notification by a letter and also an email if that applies to you. One last thing, data verification. This is kind of the registration process for next year. If for whatever reason you have not already done that and you're having trouble accessing your hack account, please contact our front office here, and they will help you and walk you through that process. I know Mr. V has sent out a number of emails to the parents that this applies to. So please, we need to take care of that before the end of the summer. It's a little bit of an urgent need. We've only got about 6 days left. All right. With that being said, we got some really good programs happening this summer. I know we're going to have an AVID camp, we're going to have a GT camp, and we are also going to have a literacy camp. And I'm going to let Mr. Barrow talk to you about some of those things, and I'm just going to sit here and listen.
Okay. So, last time I was on here, I got to talk about books, and I get to do it again. So our very first week, you'll see something attached to this video to get you to sign up for Literacy Camp. Our Literacy Camp is going to take place, and it's our first ever, June 6th through the 9th from 9 to 12. All students are invited. We're going to have free books for every student. They get to choose their books. We're going to do a little bit of reading, a little bit of writing, some crafting, and then we end our week with a field trip. So super excited for this first time event. If you haven't seen this, it should be in all of your teacher Schoologies. It's on our campus website, but you just click here on the QR code and sign up. We, of course, want everyone to be involved. Along with all of that, we have a summer reading challenge. Super excited. Again, this will be attached, and this is just to encourage that summer reading, give you some opportunities to read with your child, for them to read to you, to read some magazines, all kinds of reading. We want all of our students to be able to read this summer. Two more things, I take that back. Our summer reading expectations for all our ELA Advanced students, that is an expectation, a requirement. So if you are an ELA Advanced, you are required to read a book, even though we know it's important for everybody to read. And a special thing that our campus is getting, every single student will receive a bundle of books that look something like this. This is our first time again getting this opportunity. So 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students should be going home this Friday with a bundle of books. We hope that you guys enjoy that reading time together. And there's all different kinds for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. There's some picture books, some graphic novels, and just a variety of books for every single student to take home. So, just encouraging tons of summer reading. Do you know what you're reading this summer?
I do know what I'm reading this summer. There's some leadership books that I have to get a hold of, and it's not as fancy and cool as all the readings that I'm sure you're doing, but I'm going to get a hold of a nice non-fiction autobiography that I'm going to take a look at, and I'll read it as well.
Awesome.
So, just another note on that, I know I'm a father of 4 children of my own, and I also know that my kids like to get behind the phone and spend hours on the phone. So I encourage you to, hey, put the phone down, let's get a book out, let's read a book, let's try to do that all together this summer. I think that's going to be a really good project for all of us, because we know that reading is so important. It opens up your mind, and it creates this sense of imagination so that you can kind of play into that author's storyline and kind of figure it out yourself. So I know it's a really big initiative on our campus. Literacy is so important. It does so many things for you scholastically across the board, and summer is a great time to read, and it's just fun. It's good times. All right. Hey, we have nothing else for you. I know this was a little bit longer, but we do appreciate everything you did, and this is the second to the last Ranger News edition that we will have this year. So I hope you enjoy some good weather. Thank goodness for the rain, and we will talk to you soon. Don't forget, Rangers lead.
And read.
And read, yes.